The following program is rated PG. It's not every day we get to chat with international stars, but here on CETV Exclusives, every moment is exciting when we're joined by foreign artists and groups. Whether it's through a screen or not, one thing's for sure, the love from fans reaches across borders, and you'll feel it all right here. In this special compilation episode of CETV Exclusives, we're taking a trip down memory lane, reliving some of our favorite moments with international artists and groups that you love. Think you can recognize them all? Stick around and find out. I just want to ask you, Kayla Rose, this is a question that was asked to Miss South Carolina, Miss Teen USA in 2007. I hope you would answer with confidence, like a beauty pageant contestant. Even though you never experienced actually answering.
So should we practice? Okay, pull the question out of the bowl. Okay, we'll practice. Okay.
So here it is. Recent polls have shown that a fifth of Americans cannot locate the United States on a world map. Why do you think this is?
Well, I'm not sure how recent those polls are, considering this question is stemming from 2007. I would really hope the statistics are a little bit better now. However, I do think that there's a really big divide in our education, and in America, we focus on different things academically than other countries and other states may, and while that really benefits us in some ways, there's a lot of cultural representation and education that gets lost in the mix. We're so focused on what's happened to America, what's happened, how we do our math, how we do our reading. It's also important to study what's happened in the other countries and around the world through history. While we do that, I believe that there's a much deeper element that we could definitely implement into our education system, starting all the way down from first grade through the colleges and academies. Great answer.
Yes, that's what that's why she should have made it to the top 5 though. If you were joined last year, this would have been the question at last year's Miss Earth, which was won by Drita Ziri of Albania. So close, Ilyana. An official at a recent climate conference was quoted as saying, "There is no sign behind calls, not coals, okay, for the phase out of fossil fuels." Do you agree with this? Why or why not?
I vehemently disagree with that assertion because if you look at the science, people will claim that the natural cycles of the earth have had warming and cooling. However, when you look at the introduction of coal and fossil fuels, that's where you see the exponential increase of warming of our planet. It's undeniable that human activities and the consumption of fossil fuels have led to this increase and have led to the impacts of rising sea levels, of intensified natural disasters. So it's necessary that we reassess, look at the science, and call out the corporations that have continued to peddle this lie.
This one was asked fairly recently to your competitor Ilyana Aduana from the Philippines during her national. What do you think people will in the future will say about your generation?
That our generation is the face of change, that we're the generation that said it's time to make a difference, and we began to act on it, whether it's through acceptance of people, whether it be their sexuality or their race, that it's making the change for our environment that we need to see, and that they're advocating for that, and that we're taking accountability for our actions so that we can see our planet all around, whether it be, race, gender, economics, for the environment, so that we can see it become a more sustainable place to even live.
Oh, yes, indeed. So for some people, it is a hard thing to do, but I think you're doing it quite well as Mr. USA. What is the one food that you don't want to try in London? What something is there? Because London is very weird with foods, but is there a weird food that you don't want to try here in London?
No, I think I would try anything. Yeah, I'm definitely up for trying any different foods. My mum taught me to eat a lot of different foods growing up, so yeah, I would give anything a go. Absolutely.
Even Marmite for sure.
Yeah, I actually eat that. I eat that from home because we have that in New Zealand. So when my friends come over to London, they bring me Marmite from home. I really like it.
Wait, let me ask this once and for all. How is it different than Australia's Vegemite?
Oh, it's quite different. Yeah, it's quite different. You can get into really heated debates with Australians about their Vegemite versus our Marmite. So you're either, you either like Marmite or Vegemite, or you could like both. I don't mind both, but I would always choose Marmite from New Zealand.
Because that's where you came from. And even
That's it.
and of course, if Vegemite, there's some happy little Vegemites over there. I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
did not put a rose in every cheek.
yeah,
If you know what I mean. We're happy
yeah.
little Vegemite, high as rising and be. Sorry for singing that. Oh my god. How did you guys start? How did each of you start? Let's start with Oliver over there.
Hello. Um, so yeah, I started out with just the band. Oh
How
yeah.
did you get started in the band?
Sorry. Yeah, I started out later than everyone else, but I auditioned and I got to get the guy. I get to got to know the guys really quick and just started my journey as one of the members of the band. And yeah, just put in hard work and dedication into it.
Yes, yes, I know. According to this, you mentioned that you like playing the drums and the ukulele.
Yeah, so those are one of my favorite instruments to play and just goof around with.
And you're also an actor, I presume?
Yeah.
Yeah, so good for you. So speaking of actors, he has been Brian, you've been in multiple TV, film, live concert appearances, including Radio Disney's Hit Streak. What is that all about? What is Hit Streak? Is it like those?
Yeah, I mean, I love acting. That was from a while ago, but I was on a web series. It was like the first ever made for mobile series. So you download it on your phone like any app, and you watched little episodes and got to talk to the cast, which is really cool. But I love acting. It's one of my favorite things.
Yes, yes, yes. Good for you. So Alex, who recently celebrated his birthday, like I mentioned, you grew up in New Jersey, but you got roots from Cuba. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, good, good. You mentioned that your favorites include BTS. Wow, BTS, the Korean pop boy group. Have you been wanting to collaborate with BTS boys?
That would be amazing actually, but I know that they have the whole like military stuff going on right now, so I feel like that'd
Yes,
be
I've heard. I heard that BTS is good. But if they would enlist them, if they're done with the enlistment, you can collaborate with them with confidence. I
that
hope.
would be
That'd be
true,
really
yeah.
cool.
All right, Dylan, you started out as a in a music with at an age of only 16 when you grew up in Texas and you entertained your family and friends through musical performance at an early age. Dylan, so with your continuously going fan base over there, how did you get started over there?
In the band or just
In the
started in
in music and band music, whatever.
Okay, well, I got started with music because my parents just always raised me around different types of music, and I knew from a young age that's what I wanted to do. But the band, I came a little bit before Oliver. I had an audition process over the phone, and it was really cool. I got to come out and meet all the guys, and they were super chill, super nice, and now I'm here. And we're all having a good time. I love every single one of them.
And the rest is history. So you grew up liking soul and country music.
Yes.
Especially nowadays, you like writing music so as well too. So if you have free time, you also like thrifting murder mysteries. Do you have a favorite
So
murder mystery?
I like thrifting, and I also like murder mysteries. I don't think they were supposed to be together, but I like
Oh,
thrifting.
sorry.
No, you're good. And then like murder mysteries, I like watching like Criminal Minds and other things like that on TV.
Yeah, cool. Now, Aiden over there, he's like listening to Jim Croce and to anything from Jim Croce to Maroon 5, right?
Yeah, I grew up listening to all kind of older country music, and as I got older, I matured into different music, different types of music, Maroon 5, pop, a little bit of rap, a little bit of everything else.
So you're also like a chef or something because you like to cook.
I do. I love to cook. Today was pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh, the easiest recipe ever. All you need is a pancake mix or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He killed
Oh,
it
yeah.
though.
Oh yeah.
That's
It's
fun.
chocolate
Kill
chip
the
snap.
pancake mix. You don't need any. I don't know what company is that, but never mind. So, how did the audition process go for Full Circle? How did you guys met each other?
Probably some of the most intense auditions I've ever done. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it actually was kind of organic. It's partially why we're called Full Circle, because like we didn't necessarily all audition, Sean and I went to an audition. We did audition for an opportunity to be in a group. And from there, they kind of were just like, hey, do you guys know anybody that wants to be in a boy band? And we were like, of course we do. We know these guys. And it kind of just formed like on its own.
And especially these days that in the world where there's a lot of trainings and all that, there's some things that you need to think about when it comes to auditioning and all. You've been a Eurovision fan since Conchita Wurst win in 2014. What is it
Yeah.
about that moment that made you fall in love with the contest?
It was about when I saw Conchita Wurst for the first time. It made me realize that it's okay to be who you are, and that everyone has to accept everyone for who they are and who they want to be. And that's when I realized that this show is just about love and uniting everyone.
Yes, and that's why we are united by music.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Once this contest is over, what's next for you? Are you planning to have more releases, tours, maybe return to the Philippines?
Yeah, I'm definitely working on new music, and I would love to go back to the Philippines because, it's more fun in the Philippines, the slogan, of course. Yeah, no, I would love to be back in the Philippines and see my family and maybe even do a show. Who knows?
We have heard that you have a new single that is released last year. It's called Second Place, and it's been gaining traction recently. So what is the inspiration behind the story of this track, and how does it reflect your journey as an artist?
So second place talks about coming in, being a second option to, someone that you have a love interest with. And I feel like it's super relatable because I feel like a lot of people go through that. A lot of people are that second option. So I've been there. Like, I can't lie, I've been there, and I know a lot of other people can relate. And honestly, like I want to make music that resonates with people. So I know like a lot of people have been through that experience and made a song about it.
Indeed, a lot of people can experience being second place.
Yeah.
We all been, as they say in one of my personal sayings here, always the bida, but never the first.
I like that. That's good.
Well, it's based from that variety show here in this country. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about, but it's different culture, Bulaga and all that. Sorry, TVJ. Anyway.
So let's get personal for a bit. So you all come from different musical backgrounds, from Brit school to cruise ships to TikTok stardom. Has that ever led to unexpected creative clashes in the groups? And how do you resolve them?
I actually think it works in our favor. I wouldn't say we have creative clashes. I think because we've spent so much time together, I think we've learnt that everybody has their strengths and we work with each other's strengths. And I think that's what makes us so strong as a band. Because we all individually have a speciality how we are creatively, and I think that's what really helps us grow together.
Yes, we are maybe different in strengths and weaknesses and such, but we are united for one reason, and that is music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first, let me get personal to you, James. So your TikTok, Sharp Twins, has over 5.4 million followers. Have you ever used your TikTok skills to prank any of your bandmates or vice versa?
You know what? That's a really good idea. Maybe I should take you up on that.
Please don't.
I can't say I have. I can't say I have yet. But who knows? Maybe in the future.
You're just giving him a terrible idea.
Yeah, was the key word there.
Uh-oh. What have I done? But let me talk to Reese for a bit here. So your father worked on Harry Potter, James Bond, and Star Wars. Be completely honest, Reese. Did you ever try to sneak in onto one of those film sets?
No, I was always lucky enough to be on them with my dad.
Whoa! So you must have been seeing Daniel Radcliffe there. All the Hermione and all that, those Hogwarts. So you must have been one of the rare people who've been in Hogwarts.
Yes, I've been lucky enough to meet a few people growing up. Yeah.
Okay.
In that case, may the force be with you. And that wraps up our special international edition of CETV Exclusives. We hope you enjoyed revisiting these memorable moments with some of your favorite global artists and P-pop idols. As we head into Holy Week, we wish the entire CETV fam a safe, peaceful, and meaningful break. Thanks for watching, and as always, mabuhay! Pwedeng magbonding kahit saan, kahit kailan. Subscribe na, follow at CETV Philippines, and join our CETV Insiders for only 99 pesos a month para sa exclusive perks. Tara da't mag-enjoy dahil masaya ang summer dito!